Well, we begin this edition with a controversial remark being made by former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, who has said that nationalism, Bharat Mata ki Jai, being misused to construct militant idea of India. He made this statement at a book launch ceremony. Listen in to what the former Prime Minister had to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a book of particular relevance at a time when nationalism and the slogan of Bharat Mata ki Jai are being misused to construct a militant and purely emotional idea of India that excludes millions of residents and our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a book of particular relevance at a time when nationalism and the slogan of Bharat Mata ki Jai are being misused to construct a militant and purely emotional idea of India that excludes millions of residents and our citizens.
Well, this was a controversial remark made by the former Prime Minister during a book launch. Let me go across to my colleague Anuj for the latest. Anuj, a remark made by the former Prime Minister which certainly would not be seen in the correct light. Many would say that they're essentially raising this entire issue that perhaps the ruling government has used this entire slogan as to what Manmohan Singh says, a militant idea of India.
Well, this is a controversial remark by none other but the former Prime Minister. But need to understand that this is not about a party ideology. This is not about the former Prime Minister. But this is something about the country. And the Congress party needs to understand the same, that repeating again and again the same line is bringing them to zero in national capital, is bringing them to 50s in the country. So that is something what they are facing at this point in time. But the anti-India stand, anti-country stand is continue with the party. And this is none other but the former Prime Minister of the country, former Finance Minister, former senior Congress leader of the Congress party, I beg your pardon, senior leader of the Congress party. So this is something which needs to be clear, need to be clear that where Congress party and on what Congress party is to and what is their line. Why this is always like that the Congress party and the leaders like Manmohan Singh and the other top brass of the Congress party is coming out with anti-India line, and this is something which has been repeated again, and this needs to be clarified by the Congress party itself, whether it is an individual thought or whether this is the line taken by the Congress party.
Well, as far as the Congress party is concerned, are you hearing anything from the party leadership? Are they distancing themselves from this particular comment that has been made by the former Prime Minister, saying that this perhaps could be an individual capacity statement being made by the former Prime Minister?
The first time when such kind of statement is coming in from the top brasses of the Congress party. So this is something what we are witnessing again and again, being it the leaders of the Congress party blaming army chief, calling Gali Ka Gunda, sometime talking about air strike, surgical strike. So this is something what we are seeing again and again.
Well, Anuj, sorry to interrupt you. Rakesh Sinha, parliamentarian, joining us on the phone line. Rakesh Sinha, this is what the former Prime Minister had to say. Many would say it's a controversial statement that is being made, a militant idea of India, when you're basically chanting slogans like Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. The similar view had been propounded by the Britishers when the Bharat Mata ki Jai was chanted by the Indian nationalists to oppose the British regime. Now Manmohan Singh has borrowed the similar views from the former colonist and depicting the Bharat Mata Ki Jai as the source of militant nationalism or militant idea. That is not true. Bharat Mata Ki Jai represents, or it encapsulates the entire ideology of patriotism and cultural nationalism. When you say Bharat Mata Ki Jai, this only indicates that your reverence for the motherland, your commitment to the idea of India, and your respect for your cultural legacy and futuristic vision for India. It has nothing to do with militancy or moderatism. It is a normative view. That normative view connects people with the core idea of India.
Well, Rakesh, also with regards to, some would say that this perhaps is a criticism meted out to the government at this point in time, because this is what the former Prime Minister had to say, that perhaps this is being deliberately done by the government to create a militant idea of India.
First right on resources belongs to Indian Muslims. I think this was a negation of India's constitution and the spirit of the constitution, which is secular in nature. Prime Minister Modi has never discriminated between two religions or two castes or two regions. He speaks always about the 130 crore people. Whenever Bharat Mata Ki Jai is chanted, this is in tradition of Mahasi Arvind, Bipin Chandra Pal, and earlier, the people like Bal Gangadhar Tilak and all the nationalists were committed to Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Even Jawaharlal Nehru raised the slogan of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and I would ask Manmohan Singh, was this intended to create a militant idea? Not at all. Even during the British regime, when we raised the slogan of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, it was not to irritate Britishers. It was to show our commitment, consolidation, and our link to the cultural nationalism. That India is a nation with a civilizational characteristic. That its history belongs to 10,000 years old. We are not a nation like European nations which are creation after the First World War, Second World War, or the medieval period. We have a long civilizational history. Therefore, Bharat Mata Ki Jai is not concerned to the merely geographical idea. It is chanting of the people, culture, and also a piece of land which we call Punya Bhumi. This land is not only the land of Bhog Bhumi, that is just for consumption. This land, this piece of land is a Punya Bhumi because from thousands of years, our ancestors served this idea. This land gives us the moral for diversity. Nowhere in the world such kind of diversities exist, and the love for diversities exists. We hope that in future the diversities would grow. Other parts of the globe, diversities have been turned or had been turned in the past in uniformity. Therefore, I consider Manmohan Singh's remark as unpalatable and also against the core spirit of the Indian constitution, Indian tradition, Indian civilization and cultural values.
Well, thank you very much, Rakesh Sinha, for joining us on this broadcast and putting this into perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a book of particular relevance at a time when nationalism and the slogan of Bharat Mata Ki Jai are being misused to construct a militant and purely emotional idea of India that excludes millions of residents and our citizens.